If you use the verse, none is righteous, no, not one, to refer to a true born-again believer, stop it. No, seriously, stop it. Okay, that's it. Do you even realize where Paul is quoting from in that verse? He's quoting from the Old Testament in Psalms 53:1, and it reads this. It says, "The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, doing abominable iniquity. There is none who does good." So Paul is clearly referring to atheists, people who say that there is no God. But yet I hear so many Christians use this verse to refer to us, saying that we're just going to continue to be wicked sinners and we will to the day we die. But the Bible directly contradicts this. It gives several people who, like Noah, Zechariah, Elizabeth, who it says that they walked blameless in all the commands of God. When Paul quotes, "None is righteous, no, not one," he's not referring to Christians. And if you still don't believe me, let's just read the rest of those verses in context. It goes on to say, no one understands. So no Christian understands. Then why does Jesus, given the parable of the talents, at the end of it, he says, whoever has, present tense, understanding, more will be given. But to whoever has not, even what he have will be taken away. And then it says, no one seeks for God. All have turned aside. Together they have become worthless. Really? So no Christian seeks after God. No Christian hasn't turned aside. Nobody's seeking God. And then it goes on to say, no one does good, not even one. Even though 1 John says, little children, let no one deceive you. Whoever practices righteousness is righteous, as he is righteous. It goes on to say, their throat is an open grave. They use their tongues to deceive. The venom of asps is under their lips. Their mouth is full of curses and bitterness. Well, then why in Colossians 3:6 and Ephesians 5:6 does it say that on account of foul speech and language like this, that the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience? It goes on to say, their feet are swift to shed blood. Really, so Christians' feet are swift to murder. In 1 John, again, it says that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him. In Revelation 21, it says that murderers will have their part in the lake of fire. Then it says, in their paths are ruin and misery. Well, then why in Isaiah 26:7 does it say that God makes level the paths of the righteous? There's nothing but ruin and misery in the path of a believer. Then it says, and the way of peace they have not known. Well, what about the fruit of the Spirit? Love, joy, peace. It says there is no fear of God before their eyes. Well, then why in Acts 10:35 does it say, but in every nation, anyone who fears him and does what is right is acceptable to him? You know, the Bible commands us numerous times to fear him. And it says in Proverbs 9:10 that the fear is the beginning of wisdom. We can't even begin to be wise until we fear the Lord. Now, am I saying that we can be righteous all on our own, as some people accuse me? Absolutely not. But what I am saying is that we have a part to play. Okay, it goes like this. James says, submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be wretched and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you. You know, it's a lot like Romans 8:13. It says, if you walk by the flesh, you'll die, but if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, then you'll live. See, it's a partnership. He requires our cooperation, okay? We absolutely have a part to do. It's to humble ourselves. It's to resist the devil. It's to draw near to God, okay? And by the Spirit, put to death the deeds of the body. You see, notice how in that verse that we have a part. We have to put to death the deeds of the body. But how do we do it? We do it by the power of the Spirit. But we're absolutely, make no mistake, we're absolutely required to put to death the deeds of the body. But how do we do it? We do it through the power and the strength of God. But that requires us to humble ourselves. That requires us to submit ourselves and flee from the devil. and then he will exalt us. So those of you that use this verse, none is righteous, no, not one, to refer to a born-again believer, stop it. This is not referring to believers, but unbelievers. Please be Bereans about this and search these things out in the scriptures for yourselves to see if what I'm saying is true. That's all I got for today. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification below. God bless.